Thank you for showing up tonight to the December POA board meeting. As usual, we'd like to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ron Wilbur, would you be willing to lead us in the pledge, please? Thank you. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Thank you, Ron, for leading us. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Can we have a verification of quorum, please?
Director Medved?
Here.
Director Cooney? Here. Director Bill?
Here.
President Van Vliet?
Here.
Hearing 4, quorum met.
Excellent. Thank you. I don't see any public members here, so we're going to move beyond our public member comments
Can we go back one, please, Mr. President? Thank you.
and talk about approving the minutes for November. I always skip one. I just move right ahead. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from last month's meeting of November 4th?
Motion.
Second.
First and second. All in favor of approving the minutes as written, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Hearing 4 in favor, motion carries.
Thank you. All right. Well, again, moving beyond public official comments, we have start with our Member of the Month recognition led by Director Bill Medved.
Good evening. This Member of the Month nomination goes to Jeannie Hunaran. Jeannie Hunaran embodies the very best of Canyon Lake: compassion, service, dedication, and a genuine love for her community. Her involvement touches nearly every corner of our city, and her impact is felt by residents of all ages. During the height of COVID, when many felt isolated or afraid, Jeannie quietly delivered fresh oranges from local groves to friends and neighbors for months, offering both a health boost and a reminder that nobody in Canyon Lake was alone. Her instinct to care for others has been a constant thread throughout her life here. When community members faced hardship, she is always the first to step forward, whether she's organizing support, organizing and coordinating meals, or simply being a comforting presence. Her kindness extends far beyond volunteering. When a close friend was hospitalized, Jeannie visited the family every day so his wife could manage things at home without worry. Even times when she herself was severely injured, she showed remarkable resilience, continuing to serve the community with her trademark positivity. Jeannie's volunteer work with Canyon Lake is both broad and heartfelt. She has helped judge holiday home events, fulfilled children's letters to Santa, organized etiquette classes for local youth, and played an instrumental role in Family Matters Club fundraisers such as Quartermania. No matter the task, big or small, Jeannie approaches it with enthusiasm, warmth, and an ever-present smile. Her hugs, laughter, and joy lift the spirit of everyone around her. For her extraordinary compassion, unwavering dedication, and joyful leadership, Jeannie Hunaran is an exceptional and deeply deserving choice for Member of the Month. She not only supports our community, she strengthens it. I would like to add a personal note. When I informed Jeannie that she was nominated for this award, she insisted there was a long list of people that were more deserving. But thank you, Jeannie.
Thank you, Jeannie. Well deserved. Thank you, Bill, for that nice presentation. All right. We would love to bring up Community Patrol. Zach and Ken, please come forward.
Good evening. So I want to talk about Thanksgiving a little bit. I know we did something a little different this last Thanksgiving with the security team. Eastgate was resident only. And I want to kind of provide some stats off of that. First one being 19 times the team over at Eastgate was able to go ahead and confiscate a POA card from non-members attempting to enter the Eastgate using a member's POA card. Only 2 guests decided not to comply with our request to make a U-turn at the gate and ran the East Gate out of the whole 12 hours at the gate that we were operating that gate. Other than that, everything went smooth and very well.
So the 2 people that ran the gate, were you able to have them come back and go through the process?
They refused to do so, so citations were issued.
Thank you.
Zach, just a question, if you know it, I don't want to put you on the spot. I think lots of times residents might give their cards to family members, not perhaps intentionally breaking the rules or violating it. They're in the car, they use the card that's in the car, or they're going to the store for milk and they grab the card or whatever. Do you know of the 19, how many were related to family where, maybe Jeff let his son borrow it or except versus totally non-related non-residents?
I don't have that exact number with me. However, I do know there was a few cases of that being reported by the officers. Now, can we confirm whether they're actually related to the member? I don't have that information either.
Because I think it's just a really great opportunity to remind our residents that, perhaps they don't see it as truly breaking the rules because it's my daughter or it's my son and, we're in the same family. And so whenever we can just kind of help remind them that it still is a breaking of the rules, I think that would be great. Thanks.
So Zach, how many people were turned around? How many turned around at the East Gate? In other words, how many guest members tried to come in through the East Gate, which was residents only, roughly?
A couple, there was a good amount. We had, I don't have an exact number either, but I will say when I was out there doing my rounds, I had several conversations with guests over there at the main gate who were telling me how they've been turned around and sent back to main gate.
Very good. Yeah, this was new, right? This is really in response to a member recommendation. So we thought, well, this is a good opportunity. Following our Halloween experience, this was a good opportunity to try a new pilot. And from what we've heard, the community feedback was positive. There were very few incidents. The members who tried to come in the East Gate had pretty much free access the whole time. And so we didn't have the same problems that we had at Halloween where people weren't able to get home. Members were also allowed to come in the main gate as well.
That is correct.
But they may have had to wait behind some guests who were waiting in that line.
Yes, that is correct.
How about the wait times for the guests coming in the main gate? Was it more than normal, kind of 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minutes, an hour to get in?
Less than 5 minutes for entry for guests all the way from the light all the way up. We had all 3 lanes operating. We had officers handing out 1-day passes after recording license plate entries and being able to efficiently speed up the process.
Another way to look at that is they kept up with the streetlights. They would empty the driveways into the gates and the lights would change and that would fill up again and they would empty that out when the lights came back around.
Okay, so if you had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, from failure being a 1 and a 10 being a success, what would you give it?
I think for the membership, it's definitely a 10 because their pushback during Halloween was that they couldn't get home. It was a Friday. They'd put in a long week. They want to go home, and we have a lot of friends that want to come and trick or treat here and have parties. So that was the big the pushback, and I think we responded well with this experiment. We opened up one space to do a priority for the membership, And nobody complained from the membership that they couldn't get home. So it's something we might want to consider in the future.
Would that be like for the boat parade?
Well, Lainey, I think that's an excellent segue. Maybe we should look at the boat parade. And Zach and I are going to crunch some numbers and look at the possibility of a Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve repeat to that too. But before we pull the trigger on that, we want to make sure the numbers are there and it's necessary to make that investment. But definitely worthwhile. And yes, the boat parade does bring a lot of people into the community. So we'll be doing that. We're going to verify the hours that we're going to open that up for, and then we'll get it to you in a couple of days and we'll publish that.
Thanks, because it's the same fairly compressed time that people are trying to get into the lake for that event as well. So thanks, Ken.
Any other comments or questions for Ken or Zach? Ken, you have anything else?
I do want to speak to one thing. Sometimes people do things when they're young and they shouldn't, but they do it anyways. I will tell you that the community patrol is getting better and better at being proactive. Of course, we will hear your calls, and if we have a call for service, we'll respond to what you see. But it's also important for them to have self-initiated activity, things that they see and they react to it. An example of that is when it was raining, in the east lot, we had a couple pickup trucks that belonged to members on the younger end of the scale. Who decided to do backwards donuts with their headlights off in the parking lot at East while it was raining. A couple of them got on plane. And I'll tell you that the CP found that on their own and responded to it and reacted to it accordingly. And just a couple of nights ago, they foiled a burglary at the country club and sent those guys running in the darkness. So yeah, we're having a good month.
Excellent. Always good news. Appreciate hearing a lot of times the community does not see all the things that are going on, and infrequently we're not able to share a lot of the results and success. So we love hearing the success stories where we have foiled an attempt or at burglary or whatever it might be. So thank you for the hard work. Any other questions, comments for Ken? Thanks, guys. Really appreciate all you do. All right, we have no announcements other than, again, piggybacking on what Ken said, and that is we discussed this a little bit more at length in our closed session, and that is that we are going to enact this new gate protocol for the boat parade. Details to be coming, but again, for the boat parade on December 13th, Saturday, December 13th, for some parts of the day that will be defined in the near future, the main gate will be for guests. The east gate will be for residents, and we'll send any other guests coming through there to the main gate. So stay tuned for more. Any member comments on non-agenda items, Andrea?
I do not have any member comments.
Right. Well, with that, let's get into business. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Hearing four in favor, motion carried.
All right, well, let's move right into board action items. So item 8.1, Cheryl Mitchell. Come tell us what that proposal is.
Good evening. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Yes, for tonight, we are going to be reviewing the section 9s and 10, a fine schedule change, and for PC 2.8, 5.3, and 6.3. So in order to be in compliance with the shoreline settlement agreement, staff is recommending that the attached rule revision for sections 9, 10, and the aforementioned and the change to the fine schedule, that these revisions are recommended for approval by the Board of Directors. Both EVMWD and CLPOA reached an agreement regarding the shoreline application process. So what this rule revision does is actually explains it and expands upon it. So it is recommended that the Board of Directors approve the rule revision to PC sections 9 and 10, the fine schedule changes, and additions to PC 2.8, 5.13 as attached.
Thank you, Cheryl. Is there a motion?
Motion.
How about a second? All right. Any member comments or questions on this item? Okay, board members, comments or questions? No, I will add one comment, and that was appreciate all the work that was put in on this. I know this took several months to go through the details. And Sean, also for the legal support on that. I really liked also, because we talked about changes to fines and so forth. And I know that legal went through this to make sure we're consistent with the new laws, the new state laws. But what I really appreciated was the justification that was added. The fact it said why this is a safety matter and why these fines are being increased to be consistent with the state. So I think that really helped clarify, and it's in the package for members if you want to see it. But a very good job done on this. So thank you for everyone. All in favor of approving,
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Hearing four in favor, motion carries.
All right, Ken, come on back up.
Okay. So we're looking at approval of GR 5.2I. It says 28-day read, but we did that last month. So we're actually looking to approve it as a rule. What we've done is added a line to the current rule that includes vacant lots unless the rider has permission from the property owner to ride their e-bike, make jumps, do those things on someone's private lot. So it is recommended that the Board of Directors approve the new rule to approve the modification of GR 5.2I, prohibited use of electronic vehicles in designated areas as attached.
Thank you, Ken. Is there a motion to approve this item?
Motion.
Second.
Member comments or questions? Board comments or questions? Anyone care to elaborate a little bit on the rule?
Yeah, so the rule addition is very specific. Proposed change of the rule is vacant lots and prohibited use of personal electric vehicles in designated areas. We're adding a designated area, vacant lots unless the rider has the property owner's consent. This means if there's a lot that's owned but there's no home built on it, before the PEVs can go on that lot, they must get the owner's consent.
All right, all in favor of approving GR 5.2I, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed?
Hearing four in favor, motion carries.
All right. Thank you. Tiffany?
Good evening. This item is an extension of last month's 28-day reading to remove GR 4.2B and 4.2C from the rules and regulations. The Rules and Regulations Review Committee reviewed these sections as part of its effort to streamline the document. Both items are related to garage sale permit procedures, which are administrative rather than enforceable rules, and removing them will reduce redundancy and keep the rules focused on governing member behavior. Garage sale permits will continue to be handled internally under existing processes. There's no fiscal impact as these rules do not include fines. We recommend that the board approve the removal of GR 4.2B and 4.2C.
All right. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Any member comments or questions? Board members, comments or questions? This one's pretty straightforward. All in favor, say of approving this rule, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Hearing four in favor, motion carries.
Thank you. All right, and close us out, Tiffany, with one more rule.
Okay. This is another 28-day reading that we're requesting rule approval on. It's to add a new traffic rule under GR 5.1 titled right turn only. This proposal was submitted to us by the Community Patrol Manager to address a gap in traffic enforcement. Certain intersections in Canyon Lake are marked right turn only for safety, but there's no rule or fine for vehicles that make left turn at these locations. The proposed Rule 5.1U establishes a $100 fine for failure to make a right turn where designated. This addition will help improve roadway safety and support consistent enforcement by patrol. It is recommended that the board approve GR 5.1U as the new rule.
Thank you, Tiffany. Is there a motion to approve GR 5.1U?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Member comments or questions? None. All right. Board members, yes. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to point out, like, until this came up, I never really noticed this. And so this past month, I was kind of paying attention a little more because normally I stop at the signs and stay in my lane. I was going down Canyon Lake Drive and it came up to vacation. 2 separate occasions in one day, watched a car in the left lane, go to the right, watched a car in the right lane, go to the left, and cut off another car. I still don't understand why people think traffic rules change when you get inside the gate just because we're private property. You still have to be careful and not run people over or cause an accident. So I'm very glad to see this, very supportive of it. And like I said, I've seen it a couple of times. That was just that. Overall, since last month, I've actually counted, I've seen it 6 times. It's just that one time stuck out because it was 2 in one day. It was just amazing. So I'm really, really happy to see this.
All in favor of approving this resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Hearing 4 in favor, motion carried.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Board liaison committee reports. Jeff, we'll start with you.
Okay, so the FPC, we have changed it to an ad hoc committee for now. As we get through this year and we start to look at other projects in the 5-year plan, we might go back to a regular committee, but right now it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. So it's just to help improve efficiency and not to take up the time of our volunteers unnecessarily. Also on the Security Advisory Committee, we are looking at updating a few things there, and it's moving along pretty good. We are evaluating different means of enforcement on the e-bikes where we can. We're also looking at other identifying factors on the e-bikes and other means of control. That's really about all I got for tonight.
With the Appeals Committee, it's always a busy night, but I think he's gone. Ken has made it a little bit easier, or actually significantly easier, for the committee with the new SharePoint site to be able to just work through it on the site real time, no more papers necessary. It also allows for walk-ins to be to put in their appeals process, and we can take care of walk-ins much more efficiently. So compared to 2 months ago when people were there till 10 o'clock at night, this last meeting was well within the normal range, and it was just highly efficient. I think the other thing is there was so many changes made as a result of AB 135, and now the committee is kind of seeing where maybe some of the changes might need some further iteration, and they're raising those up for consideration, which I think is great. We never proposed to get it all right the first time. So that's the Appeals Committee. The Rules Committee, again, continues to work through the last of the removing process and sticking to, the meat and potatoes of the actual rules and the repetition through all of the different areas and bringing our rules down to a much more manageable and digestible document. So they are hard at work. Also taking a look at some new things that have been raised, and we can talk more about those in the next couple of months. Lastly, the Equestrian Committee is off and running, like we talked about. And look, there are so many great events over this holiday season. I could plug so many, and they're all worthy. And so I'll just take this opportunity, since it's their first, that the Equestrian Center is hosting their first community event, which is so cute, Hoofs and Holly, where you can come and have your picture or your children's picture or both taken with horses, and the center's all decorated. So really encourage everybody to come by. It is en route if you are going on the home tour. So it's a quick stop, same day. I think 10 to 12. Sorry, you might have to look up the details, but if you're on the home tour, there's a couple of the homes right on that area on Longhorn or that part on the northern part of the lake. So please stop by. And that's it for me, Bill.
Thank you, Lainey. The green committees and the Tuesday work group continue to meet monthly. I don't have an update from there. The senior work group, they had a very successful holiday boutique. I think it was their most successful one to date. So I want to thank all the volunteers, all the people who attended. It was a very, very nice event for that. They have their next big event is the New Year's Eve party as with the lodge. And so encourage people to participate in that. And then also, if you don't know what to do with your donations, on Saturday, December 30th, they will be holding a drive for Salvation Army. And you can take your goods to the senior center. And the Salvation Army will take any donations anyone's willing to provide. So encourage everyone to participate in that. Over to you, Bill.
Good evening. So for an update on the Finance Committee, if you go to page 7 of your packet, you will see the chart that we've been promising you for the last few months. This one page describes the financial aspects of the POA. It's a great single snapshot. There have been a lot of people that have worked very hard on this. We've been through a couple iterations to try to get a lot of data onto one page. So if you ever really want to take a look at this, I think it'll give you a good idea of where we are on different aspects of our financial status. In addition, the Finance Committee is continuing to work with the board and staff on our next fiscal budget. Believe it or not, that's already been in progress for the last month or so. A lot of work there moving forward. On the Lake Advocacy Committee, I know that you all know about the Canyon Lake Living magazine. If you go to the center page, you'll see that the Lake Advocacy Committee has submitted 8 articles to the POA. And with collaboration with Tiffany and Eric and Steve Schneider, we've actually got these are on the POA website. The website is canyonlakepoa.com, lake-education. So I hope you enjoy that reading over the holiday. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Eric, how about a GM report?
Look at us go. Barely 6:30. Okay, so we've had some exciting things happen today, yesterday. We had to close the lodge yesterday, sadly. We have a 57-year-old 8-inch cast iron sewer main that comes out of the lodge, runs right above the playground over here, and that line collapsed yesterday. So we're in the process of replacing. You may have noticed the porta potties out in front and the signs on the restroom doors. Luckily, we're closed on Tuesdays. We're hoping we can get this done tomorrow. Worst case would probably be Thursday. We'll let the community know. We're replacing about 25 feet of 8-inch sewer main. Once we have that done, we're going to camera the rest of the line going towards the tennis courts and back to the lodge, and we're going to attempt to line whatever we can. It's what happens when you have a nearly 60-year-old community. Things happen. So that was a nice surprise we had yesterday afternoon, right before we were going to open here. Also, along similar lines, on our paving project was going great, and then our grinding asphalt milling machine broke down today on Emperor Drive. But I'm told that we should be picking that up tomorrow, and the residents will be able to get in and out of their homes. And as usual, I like to direct people to all the written staff reports in the printed agenda. On page 37, the community services report. I'm especially proud this month because my golf cart in a past golf cart parade is featured on the cover of that report with the abominable snowman. So thank you for that, Tiffany. And in that community services report, you will find the communications report. On page 46, you'll see the member services report. Something interesting that we haven't really advertised Member Services is sending a survey to the members that they serve at the customer service or at the member services counter. And 95% of those people surveyed have expressed overall satisfaction, and 100% of the issues that come to that counter get resolved. There's a lot of really good information in all these reports, so I urge you to take a look at them. We tell you literally every single thing we're doing every month, and it's all there if you wonder what all these people do. There's 200 of us, and we're all very busy, and those reports tell you what we're doing. Also in that report is the recreation report, some of the committees that Mary and Tiffany are involved in. Following that is the community patrol report and the planning and compliance report. Some highlights from planning and compliance in Cheryl's department. This month are 963 open permits, 777 open violations, 400 of which are landscaping violations. There's an interesting graph on page 59, which breaks down those 777 open violations with landscaping leading the pack, but it's kind of interesting to see what the major violations are that we have. They also have 29 open escrows and 212 ACC committee items reviewed with our committee chairman over here. One of our hardest working committee that meets twice every single week. So thank you guys for all you do. And also in the operations report, you'll see information about the board members talk about the committees at their liaisons, but Steve Schneider and his operations department give more information from his perspective as the staff liaison as to what the committees he's involved in. And as Bill mentioned, Canyon Lake Living is out. There's a stack out here on the table. We have 6 boxes, blue boxes around the community: senior center, lodge, country club, Eastport Market. I'm probably missing a few, but in our office, where? Canyon Lake Market, right by the barbecue, and the mailboxes, and in our office. So pick up a printed copy. It's also available digitally online. Our staff works really hard on putting that out several times a year, so we hope you read it. And golf cart parade this coming Sunday, yacht club, parade of lights next weekend, and tons to do this time of year. So I hope everybody has great holidays. Thanks.
Thank you, Eric. Let's finish up with board member closing comments. Bill.
I just really appreciate Canyon Lake, right? Particularly this time of year. So many people reach out and help each other. Meal train is not a strange word here. We understand it. When our neighbors are sick, we line up to help them. I love being in the community, and I love being a servant of the community. I hope you enjoy your holiday.
Bill, I feel the same way. This is just a really special community, not just because of all the amenities that we have, just because of the spirit of the people here. And I could not be more honored to serve on this board. And it's been an incredible 6 months. I hope that everybody has a happy and, more importantly, safe holiday season. Be patient. It is a busy season in and outside of the lake, and we want everybody to come into the new year with us. So happy holiday season.
Well, I don't want to reiterate what they said about living here, but I'm gonna anyway. This is a great place to live. Over the last 20 some odd years, I've lived all over the country in small towns, and the small town feel here compared to the places I've lived at is even better. How many times have you lived somewhere and you didn't even know your neighbor? And here we know our neighbors, we interact, we help each other. There's just not enough words to really say. There may be some problems here and there, but at the end of the day, this is a great place with great people. And having said that, I do want to point out there's some things coming up. Tomorrow morning is the coffee with the mayor and Darcy Burke. If you want to learn a little more about the water district, what's going on with the city, what's going on with the cemetery that they're planning on outside of the North Gate, it's a good time to go to the country club at 7:30 tomorrow morning and hang out with those guys. To reiterate a little bit more or expand more on what Lainey said, holidays are coming. People are going to be drinking. Be safe. There's golf carts. There's kids on e-bikes. Kids are going to be out of school during that time. There's going to be more kids on e-bikes. And, we can't catch them all. So there's going to be some that are going to pull in front of you or get out in the middle of the road. We all know that's going to happen. There's nothing we can really do about it. We can't do 100%. Watch where you're going. Don't drink too much. Look out for everybody. Look out for your neighbors. Be safe and have fun. I also wanted to, I know I'm talking more than normal, but, I want to ruin our record. So I want to also thank the Community Patrol because what they did over Thanksgiving at the gate, I went back and forth many times out the East Gate, and it was really rough because I got through there really soon, so I had to go back and spend time with in-laws. So I wasn't able to hide from that. So it was really efficient. We'll see what we can do to slow that down next time. I also wanted to give a shout out to the security group, the Community Patrol. We touched on it a little bit. They did prevent a country club burglary. They are out there active in the community. As Ken said, they caught the kids doing donuts in the Eastport parking lot, which could have been dangerous. There's golf carts, there's pickleball players, there's people fishing at night. Don't think they're catching anything right now, but they're out there fishing. And so I want to give a shout out to them because they've just done a great job. They're doing a great job of keeping us safe. A lot of people think they're on their phones, but that's actually their communication device for checking in, communicating back and forth to each other. They're not sitting there playing video games on their phones. So that's really about all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to say thanks for coming and have a great and safe holiday.
Thank you, Jeff. I actually happened to be away for Thanksgiving. We took our family, our 6 kids and our 6 grandkids off on a vacation and got back late last night. Travel was a little snarly with airline travel and snow in the Midwest and all that. But what was really comforting was when we drove into Canyon Lake, and I saw all the lights down Canyon Lake Drive, down the main causeway, and all the lights that that all the neighbors have already put up and stuff. I mean, here it's a few days, 4 or 5 days after Thanksgiving, and the place is just lit up all over, and it's really a special community. And I want to thank the POA for their light display. If you haven't seen it at the lodge here, it's really nice, but also all the neighbors who take the time to go do that. It's kind of a magical time of year. And I'm going to hit just a little bit on some of the events. If you don't have enough to do, there's plenty to do. So don't forget the women's holiday tour and Equestrian Center on December 6th. There's the golf cart parade on December 7th. There's the boat parade on December 13th. We talked about. There's brunch with Santa. If you haven't done that, it's always a spectacular event done here at the lodge on December 21st. And then 2, not 1, but 2 New Year's Eve events, one at the Senior Center, one here at the lodge. And those are always, again, a tremendous event. So encourage everyone, enjoy this community. It's a special place, as we've all said it, and come be a part of it. It's really great. I just want to close by also, like everyone else did, wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and a Happy New Year. And with that, as an even better Christmas present, let's end this meeting early. So is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
1, 2, and 3, right? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Aye.